So excited. Welcome to the pajama party. So excited. Alrighty. I had a list of questions and I left those in the bedroom when I got my PJs on. But I do remember that Marjorie wanted to know what kind of sheets me and my husband had on the bed. Cotton. I don't like sliding around on silk. And flannel gets too hot. Let's see. C. Brown had to ask, why did I start keto? And how did I find it? Well, I started back June 1st, and I had found it because a friend of mine invited me to a food supplement type party. And I went, jumped in both feet at the end of May, bought this $300 packet of meal supplements because I just needed to make a change. Well, then after I started with that stuff, I thought, I better do some research on what I'm putting in my body. I'm wanting to make a healthy change, and probably if I'm taking in a lot of chemicals, that's not healthy. So I started researching it, and this lady had said something about she used those products in conjunction with intermittent fasting. So I thought, well, I'm going to give that a shot, see what this intermittent fasting is. So I started researching that. Well, of course, videos on keto just started coming up all over the place. So I was like, okay, I need to be looking into what this keto is. So I looked into keto, and it just clicked. I was like, that's it. That is the way of eating that's meant for me. So I started keto in that moment. I was watching a video by Casey. I think her last name's Durango. Go Keto with Casey. And in that video, she said that her very next meal, she started keto. And I looked down, and I was drinking a green tea. And it was, of course, sweetened. Hello, Deb. And I decided I've already had my carb limit for the day. And it was closer to the end of the evening. So I went into the kitchen, and I dumped that green tea down the sink. And I started keto in that moment. I was like, this is it. No more sugar for me. No more grains, wheat, none of that stuff. Hey, Brandy. So, yeah, it's been, hi, Barbara. It's been a lovely 9 months, guys. And I love you guys. I love meeting, even though we don't physically know each other in the real world. I feel like I know you guys. I feel like you guys have become some of my best friends. It's just opened a whole new world of people for me, and I absolutely love it. Hey, Kim. Hi. So let's see. What other question did I get? What was my favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner? My favorite breakfast is, of course, eggs and bacon, a little bit of cheese. Love eggs. Matter of fact, for supper tonight, I had egg salad. I don't think I could ever get tired of eggs. My favorite lunch is normally something simple if I have a lunch. When I'm at work, it tends to be Burger King a lot. A Whopper. And I don't like their cheese. I'm just not a fan of Burger King cheese. So I normally get a Whopper, no condiments, and no bun, and extra lettuce. For dinner, I am a foodie girl, so it is all over the place. I do not have a favorite meal. Steak, I guess, would be a favorite. Shrimp. What else? Gosh. Tonight, oh my goodness, we made mozzarella meatballs, and I'm going to have to do those for a tutorial Tuesday because they were so good. They were excellent. But yeah, I really don't have a favorite when it comes to supper because I'm so still, I mean, I know it's 9 months in, but I'm still feel like I'm exploring this diet so much that I'm constantly on Pinterest looking for new things. Skillet pizza is a weekly favorite. I have that a couple times a week. I don't know. Come on, ask some questions. Ask some questions. Because I think that's all that was posted. Oh yeah, I agree, Deb. Yep. My favorite too is when my husband cooks for me. And he's such a good cook. Oh my goodness. And I never, before I met my husband, I never used butter. I wasn't a butter girl. And cleans up, yeah. And he's good with that too, I'll be honest. He's fantastic. He does it all. He is my house husband. He is a fantastic cook. Before I started keto, I was one of those girls who demonized butter. I am probably very blurry. I'm doing this on my phone, so I don't know how it looks in real time on a computer. I need to get something better. Hey, at least he cooks sometimes. Hey, Yolanda. Oh, yeah, I'll need to look into getting better equipment. This phone had 12 megapixels, but oh gosh. Huh. So it's blurry for some, but not for others. I'm going to have to play with that then and see what's going on there. I tried to do it on my husband's Chromebook, but I could not get the live to come up on there. I didn't know what I was doing wrong. Has to do with internet connections. Well, let me see if anybody else is on the internet. Miles! If you're on the internet, could you log off? I don't know if you heard me or not, but let's see if that gets any better, guys. Because there might just, with what I'm paying for here, might be too many of us on the internet. Huh. Can you guys hear me okay? Is the sound all right, or is that lagging too? Okay, all righty. Let's see. Why did I start keto? Thanks. Yeah, okay, as long as the sound is good, hopefully the video quality will improve. I started because, oh my goodness, I was up. I'm not even quite 5 foot tall yet. Like I'm going to get there. I'm still going to grow. Yet. I'm not 5 foot tall. But I was 322 pounds. My BMI was up in the high 60s. I couldn't even touch my own feet. I was miserable. And I had edema so bad that my skin, if I bumped it on anything in my legs, like if I walked around the corner and I accidentally bumped my leg on a table, it would split my skin. It was that bad. And I was having trouble breathing. My blood sugars in the morning, fasting, was up in the 200s. And I couldn't afford to go to the doctor. I don't have health insurance. Me and my husband don't. So what I do is, when I was taking another friend to the doctor, her doctor was kind enough to give me advice. And he's like, you need to do something. Your blood pressure's in stroke level. You're a diabetic. So I was unofficially diagnosed because he was kind enough to, you're going to die. If you do not get control of yourself, you're going to die. So I was like, I have got to do something. And that's when I just decided to jump into those packet foods, because it was at least something. It was a change in the positive. And then that intermittent fasting video led to keto, and I just jumped in. And it's been weird because it's 9 months. Thinking about it, it's 9 months today. And it feels like I started a month ago. It feels like all of this is new and fresh and exciting. I'm still every bit as motivated, well, maybe even more so, because before I was motivated about my health. And now, when you're only 5 foot tall, being over 300 pounds, it is a miserable, painful life. I had somebody who was like 425 tell me that I would never understand her pain until I got to over 400 pounds. This woman was 6'2". 6'2". I thought, where is there a difference there? If you put another foot and some inches on me, the ratio was about the same, So for her to be 4'25" and me to be 4'11", yeah. Yes, I do. I have the urine strips, and I have been in ketosis since the second week is when I actually got those. And the first day I checked them, I was in ketosis, and I probably check about once a week. If I have a day where I feel like I was a little carb heavy, then I'll check about an hour after, and then I always check the next morning. And so far, I have never been kicked out of ketosis. And I've had 3. I don't drink that very often, but I had 3 nights where I drank. And I was afraid that those nights I would get kicked out. But I'm very careful about paying attention to how many carbs that I'm drinking. And so far, no, that I've never been kicked out of ketosis. But I will tell you right now, that drinking business, yeah, you got to be careful with that, because you might not get kicked out of ketosis, but you're going to still feel like crap the next day. I seen something flash by. Oh, and now has your pain improved, Deb, since you started keto? Has that gotten better with your autoimmune disease? All right, just trying to see if I missed any questions or anything. Let me see. I have so many people ask me questions. Yes and no, you're trying to drop meds? Oh, yeah, the muscle relaxers. That was one thing. Like I said, I didn't have insurance, so I was never on any pills. I went to Walmart and got myself a glucometer and started testing my blood sugars on my own. Because in the mornings, I would get up and I felt drunk in the mornings. And my nephew's a severe diabetic. So I knew that was, oh, wow. Yeah, a lot of meds cause you to gain weight. Do I count my macros? Yes, I do. Now, I have to be a little lazy when it comes to macros because of my eating disorder. If I set things in stone for myself and then I go outside of those parameters, I tend to then trigger either a binging episode or a purging episode, both. So what I do for my macros is I have a total carbs set at 30, but I try to stay around 20 to 23 net. So I focus more on net with trying not to allow the total carbs to reach above 30. And then my protein's about 100. My MyFitnessPal set it at 109, but I feel if I get 100, that gives me a leeway to reach up to, but I try not to eat below 90, so that gives me a big fluctuating window there. And then my fat, I really don't worry about. I eat just enough to keep myself from being hungry. Yes, definitely count carbs in our dreams. Oh, that's okay, C. Brown. C, what is your first name? If you don't mind telling us, or do you just prefer to be called C. Brown? And it's okay that you're late. I know I have a hard time finding the lives sometimes when they come on. No, my goodness. I dream about the scale, like measuring out the food and portion control, and then getting to work and open my lunch bucket and everything's wrong. Yeah, my nightmares have become food nightmares. I'm lucky in that regard, Deb. I was never a chocolate eater. Hey, Amy, how you doing? I was never a chocolate eater. So chocolate now for me, when I have like my Creo brew or a piece of 72% higher of chocolate, it's become something I've like developing a craving for. Not really a craving, I don't want to say that. Developing a taste for. So, but before, if I had chocolate, it had to be mixed with something like a Reese's peanut butter cup or a Snicker bar. But just like a plain Hershey bar, I was never into chocolate. So, oh, I was a bad carb addict. I'm talking noodles. Noodles was my thing. Homemade noodles. Hey, Pamela. I loved where, like, if I ate them, I would eat a whole pot. I want to try the Lily's chocolate bars, but they're so expensive, and we don't have anywhere around here that sells them. And I've even checked a few towns over to see if they would have them, but I have to get them offline, and they're like $10 a bar. That's a little pricey. See, I'd like to try it. The Lent, oh, they're so good. You know, and like I said, I wasn't a chocolate person, but now it does. Now, I liking them. I'm missing something. Shouldn't be more than 5 per bar. We talking about carbs per bar? Oh, yeah, that's what you had on your trip, wasn't it? The salted caramel? Yeah. I'm going to have to, next time I go to Columbus, check into, I think there's a Trader Joe's, and I think Trader Joe's, I think, carries them, right? Yeah, I like the Ghirardelli. I get the 80% squares. Sometimes I'll get the mix. Oh, yeah, Lori, the homemade. Oh, pot pie, too. Yeah. Now, vivid dreams about food or just scary dreams in general? Oh, your Joe's doesn't. I don't know where to find them then. I'm not going to have to order them online. Yeah, see, I think you guys have a lot more out there on the West Coast than what we have here. Yeah, my husband, if he knows there's something I shouldn't be having, he just puts it on the top shelf. Now, they say our dreams can be driven by foods we're eating, so changing up your diet may really do that. Now, somebody was talking about dreams the other day. Oh, Diamond was. And my worst nightmare is weird because all it is, guys, is like swirling colors. Almost like if you were trying to at Home Depot and mix and paint, but they're all browns and blacks and deep dark colors just swirling. That's all I can see in my dream is these swirling colors. And then I have this overwhelming fear and terror and just grief. And I wake up and it's just like, what is that about? It's just colors. Makes no sense to me at all. No sense to me at all. Yeah, I'm here in Ohio and we don't have anything. We don't have the good stuff here. Yeah. Yep. I could do that too, Yolanda. Dreaming about food and checking those nutrition labels. You'll get there, Pamela. How long have you been on? Like you're 2 months, right? 2 months in? I think my weird counting the calories and 5 months. See, I was already dreaming weird stuff by then. You're one of the lucky ones. Gosh, yeah, those would be scary dreams. 2 months. Yeah, mine was about 2 months, 3 months in when I started too. I'm lucky that my most of my dreams are weird dreams about food. I'm glad I haven't dreamt much about family issues. Had a day like a daydream, you mean? A day just entering your third month. Yeah. I'm sitting here reading all you guys' comments. High waisted mom jeans. Oh my goodness. And they're coming back. Have you guys noticed that? The mom jeans are coming back. I've noticed a couple of the young girls here in town walking around with those high waisted jeans. And I want to say, girls, don't do that. It makes your butt look flat. Yep, the high waisted jeans. I've noticed they're doing the crop tops are back. The high waisted dreams. See, blah. High waisted jeans and the crop tops. Oh, guys, I was so depressed today, and then I got on and was looking at Michelle's tape today, and she was a little bit depressed. Must be something in the air. I'm gonna have to look. We might be at the full moon. Matter of fact, I think we are at the full moon. I never could wear them either. I was so weirdly shaped. Yeah, it's reason I was so depressed is because it started out okay. Monday I worked all day. I'm there from 8 in the morning until 8 or 9 at night, and it was beautiful. And then Tuesday I worked all day, and it was beautiful. And then Wednesday I had meetings in the morning and work in the evening, and it was beautiful. Butt's already flat. And then today I'm off, and it poured, and we had the worst winds here. My dad lives next door, and he come over. He said, I was just wanted to check on you guys. I was worried we were going to have a tornado, but they were that bad. My dog had to go out to go potty, and when I went to open the door, it was like vacuumed, and I had a hard time getting my door open. Is it full tonight? Yeah, that's why we're all. I've lost some in my chest, but it's like I'm shrinking down comparative to the rest of my body. So I went and had an old bra that I tried to put on the other day because I thought, well, my rib cage is now 38 and it was a 38 double D. It fit perfect in the rib cage, but nope, I've still got the G's. My girls are still a G, so I'm going to have to invest in new bras, and I hate the thought of paying $100 for those suckers. Oh my goodness, when you got big girls, those bras can be pricey. Oh yeah, our yard, I mean, I can barely go out there. I'll sink in it. I mean, it is bad. There's a few of my videos, if you go back and watch the beginning ones, where I had that camera at a poor angle. And I'm like, they looked, oh my god. I mean, my girls are big, but the camera angle was too low. And then I was like, I don't look that big. And my husband's like, yeah, you do. And I'm like, well, yeah, you do. Fix the camera angle because I can't have that. Sometimes we just don't know what we look like to other people. See, on your tapes, Amy, you look so cute. I mean, I wouldn't think that you would feel deflated. But then again, we don't know what we all look like under our clothes because once I take that bra off, well, you're lucky, Pamela. Oh my goodness. My best bra I ever had was a G, and it was a Delta Berg. How do we get on this subject? I don't know. Hey, it's a pajama party. It's girl talk. Oh. Hey. They are a little bra. That's like I said, I paid $100 for that bra. $100 for that sucker. Hey, whatever keeps you company. I was actually going to go buy new PJs for tonight. I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. You barely can see what I'm wearing anyway. Hey, that's what I'm in, a nightshirt and yoga pants. Me too. That's what I'm wearing. Yeah. What what has your guys' biggest change since you've noticed keto that you're enjoying? Is it the clothes shopping, that you're enjoying food more than what you used to? I mean, because all of that for me, I love food now. Where before I never had a satisfied feeling. Before keto, like I could say, oh, that tastes good. But even after I was done eating, I would want it. I would want something else. Less meds. Yeah, I feel for you. I mean, that's something that I just, because I was never on any. Yeah, that's it. That's it too. I'm enjoying going out more, being enthusiastic about getting dressed and going. My moods have leveled out too, Lori. I've noticed that. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, Deb, that's fantastic. It is. Yeah, amazing. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. That's one thing that I noticed within the first month. My blood sugar numbers came down to normal, and I think my blood pressure numbers was normal, uh very close to that too. Yeah, we've got to get the general population to start watching keto and see where this movement of eating correctly is going, because it, to me, that's why I say keto is the key to health and happiness, and I think it's a way everybody can eat, even if you tweak it, because we know some do high fat and we know some do high protein, but to get yourself into ketosis, no matter what way you get there, what method you're eating, oh, I think it's the best diet in the world. It, I heard now, and it helped me if my sodium wasn't high enough. And when I increased my sodium, that's what finally brought my blood pressure into normal range. Is I started with the soul water. 4.7? Oh my goodness. Fantastic. Hey, hello. We're glad you made it. Oh my gosh. Your doctor has to be over the moon with those numbers. I was doing the same thing, 3 to 5,000. I've upped it to about 7,000 milligrams. So, because I just couldn't get it as low as I wanted. And that finished taking away the rest of my edema. And it's like when I drink my Ketorade, and I use the soul water in that Ketorade now instead of just dumping in the pink Himalayan salt, I make it with the soul water. And like, I can tell when I'm low on sodium because I'll take a sip and I'll just want to suck it down. And it's like, yeah, I really needed that. Oh, wow. I bet you are her poster child. That is so fantastic. Yep. We need to keep showing the doctors the way because they're learning just like us. Um, a lot of people think that they want to keep secrets, but they really have, they're taught and they just know what they're taught. So they're learning the same as us. I had the friend's doctor who I told you about that told me, I needed to get myself under control or I was going to die. I went back in a few months later and he's seen the amount of weight that I had lost in that few months. And he's like, see, that's it. You guys can diet and exercise me right out of a job. Yeah, the sodium levels, study on that because the higher your sodium, actually, the better your blood pressure is going to be. They are finding out sodium is not the demon that everybody was talking about, that, we've always, yeah, the sea salt, not the white table salt. I do the pink Himalayan sea salt, and I also do the black Hawaiian lava salt, just because I love the flavor of that. But the pink Himalayan sea salt is what I make my soul water out of. What's your veggie-hating problem? Not enough butter? Yeah, because of the sodium in the pickles. Yeah, she hates veggie. It makes her gag. That's right. Eat the ones you love. Don't worry about the ones you hate. Celtic salt. I'm going to have to look that up. I love olive juice too. Oh my goodness. And have you guys ever took the olive juice or the pickle juice after you're done with your jar, boiled some eggs and thrown those in there for 3 days for pickled eggs? Tastes so good. Tastes so good. Yeah, there are 86, I think, additional minerals in pink Himalayan salt. Yeah, pickle juice is good for you because of the high sodium. Not to mention that all the other stuff that leaches it from the cucumbers that leaches in there. You've never tried olives. Okay, olives are a very briny, like pickles, but they also remind me for some reason of alcohol. I don't know why, or maybe it's just because when I tend to drink, I tend to eat olives. But I love olives. I have ever since I was a little kid. Oh, yes, to drop your cauliflower down in the brine too. Yeah, vinegar is what pickle juice is made out of, a lot of vinegar. Actually, no, I don't like a Bloody Mary because I hate tomato juice. Hate it. Yeah, they have an alcohol. Maybe that's it, a yeasty smell to me. Hey, Deb. Hello. Erica's in the house. She's down in Cincinnati. Yes, I loved pickled eggs with beets and peppers. Oh, man. Now you guys know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow with my morning is boiling some eggs. Oh, the Primrose? Is that that company burnt down that had those red hot pickled Primrose sausages? I love those things too. The color was odd though. Hey, Lori. Yeah, that company burnt down and they will not sell that recipe for their pickled sausages to anybody else. So no more. You will never find them anymore. Now there is a company that's got them close. I think they're called Hannah's pickled sausages, and they're good, but they are not. They will never be Primrose. Never. But they've got that same weird color, but they're a softer. You know how the Primrose had that firmer texture. The Hannahs are a little bit softer, a mushier. Yeah. The only place I can get those here in town is at Respects, which is a small family-owned grocery store. So if you're not from the Ohio area, you probably have never heard of that. Somebody said, what do pickled eggs taste like? I guess the Hannahs would sort of be like a pickled bologna, maybe. Yeah, pickled eggs are hard to explain. All I can say is they're extremely good. Like it's almost like a pickled hot dog, almost those Hannahs, right? Wouldn't you say, Diamond? Like a. I think you'll love it. I mean, and eggs are so filling. Like I could eat 2 eggs. I love deviled eggs too. That matter of fact, I was going to make them today, and I couldn't get the shell to come off. Could not get the shell to come off. They looked horrible, so I didn't want my family to see that I had messed up the eggs. So I made egg salad for supper instead, which was still good. Tastes the same as a deviled egg. They are, and I normally don't have a problem. So, and my eggs were older. They weren't young eggs, so I don't know what the problem was, but those shells wouldn't come off. I lost half the egg, more like half the egg in the trash. Oh, the Bellevue. Oh my gosh, I haven't had that in a long time. Now I'm going to have to go look for those. Have you guys ever done the pickled deviled eggs? So you take the pickled eggs, cut them in half, and make deviled eggs out of them. Because, boy, that's a step up, and let me tell you, they're good. Me too. And they carry you so long. The deviled eggs, the pickled eggs, all that stuff. Like I can eat 2 and be good for hours. Get on Pinterest, see Brown, and look that stuff up. Oh, it did? Well, goodness. Okay. Wait a minute. I love it because there's times when I'm doing my video that I wish I could have instant feedback on what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm loving the live show. I like this back and forth. Well, thank you. I know we were having video problems earlier. So has that gotten better at all? Or is it still grainy and draggy? Oh, I'll have to give that a try, Barb. Cool. Alrighty. I think that's what it was. Might have had too many people on the Wi-Fi here in the house earlier. I'll have to remember. What I do to avoid trigger overeating is first, I try not to keep any of my trigger foods in the house. And also I try, like if I feel that frenzy, if you know what I'm talking about, like if I feel that frenzy coming on, I keep gum everywhere. I keep gum on my table. I keep it in my purse. I keep it in my desk at work. I keep it in my car. And I try to chew a very powerful piece of gum. And I know a lot of the gum that I have has the maltitol in it, and I know that's bad, but at the same time, I would rather have that gum and let it fill up my sinuses with the mint and then let it trigger a binge. That's how I feel right now. Like I have to keep getting close to see the questions, but hey, we're all in it for fun. Who cares what you look like? Okay, so if I'm wanting to eat too much food like that, like bacon, I feel if I'm craving bacon and my two pieces isn't enough to satisfy me, then I think that I'm either low on my sodium, so I put a little bit more in my Ketorade. If I'm craving salt, I'll go up and put another tablespoon of salt water in my Ketorade. And I go ahead and up my fat. I have, even if it's just, and I know this, a lot of people's going to find this weird, but there's times when I've just taken a bite of butter. There are bacon vultures in this house too, I have to say. Oh, well, see, I wouldn't know what you'd do, see, Brown, if the gum is a trigger for you. Maybe Altoid mints, are they sugar free? I don't even know, because that would be something that would be very strong and that would fill the sinuses. I try to do too, because the bacon I get is that thick cut and it's very long. It's from Aldi's. It's the hickory and the applewood smoked. So two pieces of that are relatively big. So I cut them in half. And yeah, butter is the new cheese. Exactly. Alrighty, Lori, you have a good night. Love right back to you. So yeah, if you're craving salt and you're craving bacon, like I would up the fat and up your sodium. Oh, you don't like eggs? Oh, that's too bad, because for me, eggs is one of my staples. They get me through a lot. And if I'm going someplace, I'll pop a hard-boiled egg in my pouch, and I've got to show them to you guys sometimes. I've got little egg molds that I had bought for my bento boxes years ago, and one is Hello Kitty, and another one's a bunny rabbit. And so I put my eggs in those molds, and then I'll toss them in my purse and leave them in the mold so that they carry better, and then have boiled eggs throughout the day. Oh yeah, I'd choose bacon over eggs too. Bacon is like the ultimate food of the gods. I wish this scrolled up on its own. It doesn't. For some reason, it shows a little error that there's more comments below, and I have to scroll up. Yeah, that helps me, especially because there's times that's harder through the month. We know when we're getting towards that time of the month, it's a little bit harder to stay on plan. Your cravings are more, for me anyway. I start to crave more. That's when I immediately dig into the meal planning, because then it just makes it easier. Yeah, especially back in the beginning, I meal planned like a mad woman. And pre-log, if any of you guys are doing the MyFitnessPal and that kind of stuff, pre-log. And then if you don't eat it, you can always go back and change it. But pre-logging also helps keep you on track, because you already see how it's going to fit and you already know how it's going to work for your day. And then it's just the same, following a menu, following your plan. Pre-cooked meats. Oh, okay. Like lunch meats and the stuff out of the freezer section that's already cooked. I'm lucky. I live with two people, my husband and one of my boys. And my boy's on keto, but my husband's trying to pay attention what he's eating. So we cook like a main meat dish and a veggie dish that we all consume. And then my husband cooks his starch separate on the side. So I'm lucky when it comes to meals. Right. You have butter or cheese. That's right. If you see something's low, then you can be like, well, I can fit this in here. Mason jar cooking. What is that? What is mason jar cooking? That's interesting. I need to know more. Yeah, it's like you put all your hot food in mason jars, like cold packed beef and stuff. Oh, and just put the mason jars right in the fridge. And Diamond, your daughter looks so much like you. She's a little cutie. Now tonight we had my husband had spaghetti and we had company over and he had the spaghetti and I made the mozzarella meatballs with a keto friendly sauce and then me and one boy just had 6 meatballs in the sauce and then the other 2 had the spaghetti noodles and then we had a salad on the side. Oh, and then I was going to make deviled eggs and it turned into egg salad. Oh, not poor kid. She's gorgeous. You're gorgeous. What are you talking about? My goodness. And Diamond, I've noticed here just in the last couple of weeks how much your face has changed. Oh my goodness. You've went through a lot of changes just in the last couple of weeks on your upper half. Your arms and shoulders are getting more defined and your face. Oh yeah, I need to make myself some keto chili. Now, when I make my keto chili, because I don't have an issue with soy, soy does not affect me, doesn't cause inflammation, doesn't flare up my arthritis or anything. I throw in what are they? What's the name brand of them? They're organic black soybeans. Um, Eden. And that has made all the difference to my keto chili because I was always a bean girl. I loved having beans in my chili, lots of beans. So I sort of missed it the first few times I made, I guess, authentic chili because authentic chili doesn't have beans. Or is that what it's called, Yolanda? Texas chili? Texas chili has no beans. And so I put in them black soybeans and oh, I just love it. Now I want it all the time. Yeah, I got to have the sour cream dollop on top of mine too. I've made chili probably 4 times since keto. The first time was with no beans whatsoever, and then the last 3 times has been with the Eden soybeans. And then I make a white chili too, which is with chicken and jalapeno peppers, and it's a spicy white chili. And then I get the green soybeans out of the freezer department to throw in there. Yeah, that's what I thought, Yolanda, that the more Tex-Mex type chili has no beans. Oh, the white chili's so good. Oh, yeah, sometimes not thinking ahead can get us into a little bit of problems, and I've done it myself, especially yeah, there around the holidays. To come to think of it, that's I had gotten a migraine, and I've only had 2 since I started keto, and that was around the holidays for planning. Oh, Um, I'm still having issues with people that I was subscribed to not being subscribed to them again. I think it's a glitch in the system, and eventually they'll get it all worked out. Oh, your second migraine? Yeah. Yeah, I know I'm not seeing them like normal. So I'm trying to go back through and check, and I'll notice people will come up in my suggested feed, but not my subscription feed. And when I click on their videos, then it says subscribe, and I'm like, see, I've got to resubscribe. Yeah, it could be the weather. I keep saying that to people too. You got to realize what affects our uh, bodies of water are going to affect us. So, because we are 70% water. To avoid headaches, is that what you're talking about? I make sure I'm keeping my sodium up. Is my main thing is drinking that Ketorade. Um, and in my Ketorade, I put almost 2 tablespoons of salt water. I put the no salt, which is the potassium. I put half a teaspoon in there, and then I put the I use the natural calm because I I like that feeling that the natural calm gives me throughout the day. So I put a tablespoon and a half of natural calm in there. Then I use a little bit of raspberry lemonade drink mix enhancer and squirt that in there. And I use, oh golly, a shot glass full of lemon juice and a shot glass full of apple cider vinegar. It is so good. Yeah, a lot of the pre-bought electrolyte drinks that you get don't nearly have enough. I was told by somebody way back at the beginning of my journey, and I cannot remember who told me, that to supplement your electrolytes enough, you would have to drink 20 Powerade Zeros to get enough. Aw, your little demon. He's such a cutie. Yeah, just toss some back. Toss some salt back. See, I got little fur baby demons in my house, but any kids I had that I happened to raise, I didn't physically have any children, but I raised quite a few. They're all grown now. They're all, if not 30 already this year, turning 30. Oh, yeah, that's going to make you really low. Yes, when you're having a whoosh, supplement those electrolytes because they're flushing them right out. I like that. I've put salt in my coffee too, and it does something. It takes away some of, which I love bitter coffee, so I love all coffee. But the salt in it does take away some of the bitterness. 3 teens and 11-year-old. Boy, is that a battleground. Yep, and now you're raising that grandbaby, Diamond. For me, I just put a pinch, and literally I just reach into the salt bowl and pinch and drop it in there. Now, see, I've never tried salt in my chia pudding. I'm gonna have to give that a try. Well, it's not really salty. It's not enough to taste salty. It sort of mellows it out, Deb. Oh, Amy, you got a battleground in your house too, don't you? Well, of course the hubby counts. I know my hubby counts. He's one of my biggest babies. A toddler. Oh, especially when they're sick. Don't let them get sick. Yeah, those men, they like to be babied sometimes. Oh, I'm gonna have to see if Scott will let me test his blood sugar. Oh my goodness. Yeah, me and Scott's only been together only. It's been 15 years, but I feel like we're so new. Somebody said something to me the other day and I said, "Oh, I'm newly married." She says, "How long you guys been together?" I said, 15 years. She goes, "That's not newly married." But it feels new to me. Yeah, needed to get into our PJs and get comfy. Oh, guys, I've had a great time. See, and it doesn't, everybody says that 15 years is a long time. I feel like it's so new. I feel like our relationship is just like at the beginning. Oh my gosh, Amy, you don't look old enough to be together 28 years. 22 for C. Brown. I hope it's always that way. He he is such a sweetheart. He is. And when people see my husband, he looks rough. He was a bouncer at a bar and he's a roadie for a metal band. And so he's got tattoos and a goatee and a shaved head and wears heavy metal shirts and, sometimes looks a little grungy. And people think he's rough. And he's just a pussycat. I mean, my husband's like the sweetest man that's out there. Pamela says, nope, she's single too. You have to put yourself out there, Yolanda. Find someone. Hey, yep. My husband, when I met him, his goatee was down to right at his belly button. Oh my goodness. And I'm sure your husband's wonderful. But that's it. The outside world, I don't want him to know what a nice guy my man is. I want these women to think that he's rough and tough and mean. Oh, well, I'm glad you're back, Kim. It's the wind out there tonight. It's been rough here. And that might have been part of my issue earlier, too, because I've noticed the wind has calmed down quite a bit. It was howling. I have one window that as the wind rushes through it, it causes this very ghostly, creepy sound. So I'm glad that's not happening right now, or y'all would think, what is going on? Hey, Pamela, I wasn't looking. I wasn't looking when I found Scott. And I think that's the key. I think that's the key is not to be looking, and fate will step in and send you who you're supposed to have. Getting wind warnings. Yeah, we were here too. Uh, it was severe wind about an hour ago. Oh, we didn't get any hail. Yep, did not get any hail here, thank goodness. Uh, my last car had hail damage on it when I turned it in for trade. You won't. Well, who knows? You might meet somebody at your tops class or your tops meeting. Yeah, we're supposed to have another cold front come in here too. And watch, it'll hit Sunday because I'm going to be off Sunday. So that's when it's going to get bad. Now, my grandfather was from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Barb. Yeah. I'm so ready for spring too. I want to get out there, and each time I'm able to get out and walk, then it makes me want to crave it for the next time. And then we have horrible days after that, and then it makes me a little bit anxious. Alrighty, guys. Well, I think we better get off Maryville. Maryville? I don't think I'm saying it right. I'm horrible, guys, with names. You'll learn that. I'm awful. Alrighty, let's go ahead and wrap this up. And if y'all want to, we will do it again next week. I had a great time. It was fun. It was very fun. I wasn't sure what to expect. I just wanted to have it more like a relaxed pajama party type night. Alrighty, guys. I will talk to you guys tomorrow on Fashion Friday. Blessings.